Thank you guys for tuning in. If this is your first time to my channel, my name is Kendra Pena-Colazo. I am a soft tissue and movement specialist, and what I do is I help people alleviate pain or help you increase your athletic performance. So how do we do that? We do that through a number of different ways. Getting into your mind, changing your behaviors, unlocking and unleashing the fascial net that's in your body that keeps you stuck in a certain place. So we are so excited today because I've been getting a lot of questions about sciatica and what it is and how do I get rid of it. Before we get started, please like and subscribe to this channel because I have a lot of really great information that I want to share with you. So we also release videos every Thursday at 2 o'clock Pacific Standard Time. So you want to hit that notification button so you don't miss out. So today we are going to talk about sciatica, what it is, how we can prevent it from happening, and how we can stop it from happening. So first we need to understand, what is it? Sciatica is pain that kind of radiates down one's leg. So we're going to talk about the science behind it and how you can help get rid of it and prevent it from coming back, hopefully. Okay, so this is what it pretty much looks like. This is looking at somebody from the back. This red square here, or red X here, is where the pain generally starts. And sometimes people will feel that pain shooting down their leg. This could cause a feeling of, I don't want to say numbness, but it feels like the muscles aren't activating, or it's a sharp pain that basically trickles down the leg in some people. Some people it stays pretty localized, meaning it stays in a small area, but some people will feel it in their entire leg. If we're looking at the back of the pelvis, what we will see is that the glutes that we commonly understand, which is this side, we understand it to be these big muscles that kind of fan out and attach the pelvis to the leg. From a more detailed perspective, if you take these muscles off, you have all of this stuff underneath, all of these muscles here that control the leg in movement, internal, external rotation, flexion, and extension. So that means turning your knee in, turning your knee out, bringing your knee up, and bringing your knee back behind you. That's what those mean. So we're looking specifically at this area right here. And why is that? This is your piriformis muscle. This muscle is super important because sometimes it is considered, or it is chronically weak. We are sitting down a lot in our society. So this muscle doesn't really get the love that it needs to be strong and to be healthy. But Kendra, why? It's a muscle. So how is that going to cause like radiating pain down my back or down my leg? Here's the thing. The sciatic nerve is a finicky one. Okay? So if it is true sciatica or if it's considered piriformis syndrome are two different things. Okay? With this information, remember, I am not giving you medical advice. If you have pain, go see your doctor, okay? This is just additional information that could potentially help you, but you always want to consult with your physician first, okay? But the difference between piriformis syndrome and sciatica is that sciatica is aggravation of this nerve. This nerve is overstretched, or there's a neurological element, a neurological dysfunction that's causing the nerve to be excited and cause pain. Piriformis syndrome is different. This nerve could go over, under, or through this piriformis muscle. If it goes through the piriformis muscle and the piriformis muscle is weak or shortened, it can clamp down on that nerve. And if it clamps down on that nerve, it can cause some irritation or inflammation, or it could bear down on that sensitive tissue. Here you can see that if the sciatic nerve comes underneath, so this is that piriformis muscle, so that's this muscle that lies on top, and this is illustrating that the sciatic nerve is underneath. So if it's underneath and it pushes down on that nerve, and it pushes it, pressing it up against the bone, then that could cause pain as well. So both of those things are like not good. So how do we get relief? How do we fix this? How do we stop it from happening? And that's paying attention to the piriformis muscle. That's showing love to this muscle here, and doing the releasing of the tissue and strengthening of the tissue of this particular area of the body. Now, usually if you follow my YouTube channel, and if I'm coaching you, you understand that I usually take a full body approach to almost anything. I never look at one specific area. I always try to figure out, how does this relate to other parts of the body, right? So if you have sciatica, I would do a full body assessment on you to figure out, where is there more tension in your body that's causing this nerve to be overstretched? And then we would look at releasing that tension in the body and taking a whole body approach to solving that issue, okay? That is the best approach. But I understand that many of you watching may not have someone like me that can assess your full body. So the way in which you can get some relief is to do some, like I said, the myofascial release, which I'm going to show you in a second, and then do some strength training. But you really want to look at the body as a whole unit, okay? I really just want to make sure that I make that clear. So this is one way that you can get rid of that pain. So you can take a lacrosse ball, a tennis ball, really any type of material that's not going to be super soft, but you don't want something that's very pointy or something that's obviously not sharp, but you know what I mean. And you're going to take that ball and put it in between the femur. So this is the femur here, the head of the femur, where that muscle attaches, and you see the ball is in the middle, and then back here is where the joint of the hip meets, okay? So that's where you're going to roll it. That's where you're going to pin it. So again, if we're looking at this image here, this is where you're basically putting the ball. And then you're going to roll the ball from one side, from the head of the, not the head, but this part of your femur, the greater trochanter, to here, to the SI joint, and working this whole area. And that's going to help to release that pressure on this area here, okay? So really it's just circled right here. You're making sweet magical ball love to this muscle and rolling it side to side. Now, here's the kicker. This is not something that you are going to attack, okay? This is not something that you're going to have the mentality of go hard or go home. The harder you roll, the more pain you are in, the less likely you are going to have the results that you're looking for, okay? That's going to be the challenge. It's finding that sweet spot and being gentle with your body. You're going to take the ball between your leg, that bone, and your glutes, okay? And you're going to go gently. You're going to let your body sink. You want to be able to breathe. If you can't breathe, it is too hard, okay? You have to be gentle. Okay, so now we're looking at ways to strengthen this muscle. You want to really focus on this muscle in particular, just because this is the muscle that's going to cause the issue with this particular condition. Usually, again, I don't recommend working one muscle at a time. I usually talk about building and strengthening groups of muscles in the anatomy trains. But specifically for this condition, I think working this muscle really makes sense. So you could do that by doing bridges. So that means getting on your back, your legs are bent at 90 degrees, and bring the hips up towards the sky or the ceiling. This is another good one. These are, I think, called clamshells. In fitness and exercise, everybody has different names for exercises, so please just refer to the picture. So what she's going to do, she's going to bring this knee down. She's going to join the knees together and bring the knee up to the outside. I really want this leg to be at 90 degrees. This picture, her foot is in way too far. Make sure that this is 90 degrees. Do not bring your chin up this way. Make sure that you are still in parallel. Everything is straight. This is unfortunately not the best picture, but it is an example. So that is really going to help with opening and strengthening that muscle as well. There's another way that you can get this, which I think is probably the most effective, if you put a band around your knees and take small steps walking backwards. That usually helps with firing up those particular muscles that we're looking to strengthen in the back and in the glutes complex. All right, guys, thank you for tuning in again. I really hope this information was useful to you. Please remember to subscribe and like the video. And if you have friends or family members that also suffer from sciatica or piriformis syndrome, please share this with them. Hopefully it can help. And if it does help you, please leave me a comment below or tag me in social media. I do have a Facebook page and I do have an Instagram account, both at Movement in Science. I really want to see and hear from you guys to see if this is helpful to you. Also, if you have any other questions, anything that hurts, or maybe you lack performance and you're getting stuck somewhere, leave a comment below and I'll be happy to answer that question for you.